Hello everyone, today's recipe is going to be a brown rice kale pepper stir fry, and we've got about a cup of washed rainbow kale, a fourth of a yellow onion, 1 stalk of celery, 1 cup of cooked brown rice, a can of mushrooms, 2 medium-sized chopped and peeled carrots, and half of a green bell pepper. And I have a list of seasonings. There's about 14 seasonings between the liquid and the powder, so I'm going to list those in the description box. So let's get to it. We're going to turn on our pan to about medium heat, medium low. And we're gonna spray our pan down because this is an induction cooktop and there isn't really that many induction cookware that's non-stick that I could find. Normally I do this on my stove in my copper pot that's non-stick, so I wouldn't need the spray. But since I'm doing it here on this hot plate and it's induction, I have to use this kind of pan. And we're going to start with our onions. Then we're going to put in our celery. I put about 1 stalk minus the bottom and the top where the flower comes out. And then we're going to add our green bell pepper. Now that our bell pepper's in the pan, we're going to cook all of this down for a little bit until the onions are about translucent. Please excuse a shaky camera because I don't have a tripod yet, but I am in the market for one for my phone or my other camera, because if I get one for my other camera, then I'll be able to do all of me cooking instead of just a pan. We're going to have it to where it's all flat in the pan so it cooks evenly. Now, it's better if you cut all this ahead of time instead of waiting until you're about to put it in the pan to cut it, because then you're less likely to burn everything. Fun fact I figured out when I was trying this recipe out the other day. And we're going to let that cook down for a minute. Now that our onions are a little cooked down, we're going to add our carrots. Now, I chopped my carrots kind of finely. You can cut them into ribbons. You can also cut the green bell pepper into ribbons. But I like to eat my stir fry with a spoon because I'm lazy. And we're going to cook this till the carrots are a little tender, to where you can't really just put a fork through them, but they're going to be soft. Excuse my guitar in the background. And we let this cook for about 2-3 minutes. We'll get back to you then. While my carrots are cooking down, I just wanted to let you know that I am using an external mic. So you should hear the stove or the hot plate a lot less. And since it's taking a while, we're going to up the heat to more medium instead of low to help it cook just a little bit faster. And keep stirring. Not too much because you need everything to actually cook instead of just pushing it around. I do live in a studio, so if you see furniture or anything outside of the pot, it is about 2-3 feet away. There's nothing directly in my kitchen, but I do live in a studio, so you're going to see furniture, you're going to see my guitar, you're going to see speakers sometimes, and even the legs of a chair, but it's about 3-5 feet away. Just with the camera angle, it looks like it's right next to where the hot plate is, but it's not. And they've got a good fry on everything. Now, you can add seasonings here, like salt and pepper to taste, but I'm going to wait till the very end because I want the liquid that I'm going to add. That's rice wine vinegar, oil, sesame oil, olive oil, and all my other syrups and oils and things that I'm going to be adding for flavor at the end, so it really soaks into the rice instead of just into the vegetables. And I'm going to put the kale at the very end because the kale is going to wilt very quickly because of the heat. And I want to put that last. So the kale can be as least mushy as possible. Still learning how to cook with kale, but that I figured out very quickly. Is that with heat, it tends to crumple up and mush very quickly. Especially the kind I got, which is the rainbow kale that I got out of a bag at Walmart for about $4, I believe. And I think we're going to put in the mushrooms now. Let the mushrooms cook. I put a can. It's about... Let's see if we can focus on that. Oh. It's a 4-ounce can. I was going to put fresh mushrooms in it, but the fresh mushrooms I had looked like they had seen better days. So we're going to do a can of mushrooms today. But normally I would put about 4 or 5 white fresh mushrooms in here. But we took the route of not going to the store just for mushrooms and put a 4-ounce can that I had in the pantry. And we're going to stir that in real quick. I'll get right back to you. Now that the mushrooms are mixed in, I just wanted to let you know that I am using my phone to record, and I do not have a tripod, like I've said earlier. So if you see me waving it about, it's because I'm trying to film one-handed and cook with the other hand. And it's proving to be difficult for me. So, please be kind. I know the camera angles are shaky. I'm trying. I'm working on getting a tripod very soon. Now, when you see that the mushrooms are about to be like they're crisp or about brown, is when you're going to add the green mushrooms. The green onions, excuse me. The green onions. You can skip the green onions altogether because they do have a very strong flavor. And if you want to use a bag of frozen vegetables instead of cutting up fresh vegetables, you would put the onion first and then you would put the bag of frozen vegetables in. Because since they're frozen, they're going to take a while to cook. And you want to cook that down before the rice. My rice is already cooked. And I usually make my rice kind of mushy. But this go around I hadn't made it kind of mushy. So the water content is less. So I can wait till later to put the rice in than I normally would. I can wait later to put that in. And we'll just let that fry for a little bit. Now that our vegetables have cooked to where the carrots are tender and everything is getting to where it's real combined and it's not quite as crisp anymore, we're going to cook this for about another 2 minutes, and then we're going to add our rice and our green onions, and then we're going to wait till the very end to add our kale.